More than 4 decades after its creation, the Philippine Center for Post-Harvest Development and Mechanization, or PHilMech, has undergone several transformations. Formerly known as DA-PHILMech, or the National Post-Harvest Institute for Research and Extension, it started off as a subsidiary of the National Grains Authority pursuant to Presidential Decree No. 1380, issued on May 24, 1978. DA-PHILMech became an attached agency of the Department of Agriculture in 1992, pursuant to Executive Order No. 494, and was renamed the Bureau of Post-Harvest Research and Extension, BPRE. In 2010, pursuant to Executive Order 368, or the government's rationalization program, BPRE was transformed into the Philippine Center for Post-Harvest Development and Mechanization, or PHilMech. What is PHilMech? PHilMech is the agency mandated to generate, extend, commercialize appropriate and problem-oriented agriculture and fishery post-harvest and mechanization technologies, practices and systems. It envisions to be the premier center for post-harvest and agricultural mechanization development, towards a gender-responsive, globally competitive and food-secure Philippines. In consonance with its vision and mandate, it committed itself to the modernization of the country's agriculture and fisheries sectors, by increasing resource use efficiency and productivity, reducing losses and adding value to the farmers' and fisher folks' produce. In pursuit of its avowed mission, PHilMech produced significant technology breakthroughs that served to the benefit its clients and other industry stakeholders along its identified thrusts and priorities. Efficient drying and dehydration for increased farm productivity. Appropriate handling, storage, and processing techniques for increased economic value. Effective prevention and control of mycotoxins, pests and diseases toward food safety and preservation. Appropriate production and post-production mechanization technologies for increased resource use efficiency and productivity. Agricultural waste and byproduct utilization for added value and environmental protection, and empowered stakeholders toward profitable entrepreneurship. As a research and development institution, the quality of its output has gained the nod of various reputable award-giving bodies. It has also gained the trust of key policymakers and was assigned additional tasks critical to the development of the agriculture industry. Republic Act 8435, or the Agriculture and Fishery Modernization Act, tasked PHilMech to spearhead the formulation and implementation of a continuing long-term program of development and commercialization of appropriate agriculture and fisheries mechanization. Republic Act 10601, or the Agricultural and Fisheries Mechanization Law, tasked PHilMech to spearhead all PHilMech RDE programs and projects of all concerned Philippine institutions, organizing the Agricultural and Fisheries Mechanization RDE network, and implementing the Agri-Fishery Mechanization and Engineering Resource Network. Republic Act 11203, or the Rice Tarification Law, mandated PHilMech to distribute $5 billion worth of farm machines yearly until 2024 to qualified farmers' cooperatives and associations. Republic Act 11524, or the Coconut Farmers and Industry Trust Fund Act, tasked the PHilMech with the implementation of the 10% allocation of the Coconut Fund for the establishment of shared coconut processing facilities for coconut farmers' cooperatives and identified coconut-producing towns. The tasks are immense, and in the face of climate change risks, the lingering threat of the COVID-19 pandemic and other challenges, PHilMech continues to search for innovative approaches and strategy to remain responsive to the needs of its clients. With the unqualified help of partners and collaborators, PHilMech is undeterred in its service delivery commitments, particularly to our farmers. Aware of the constraints and limitations, PHilMech reaches out even to the remotest barangays to ensure that relevant services are delivered to them. Despite the odds and the challenges, the PHilMech's passion to serve remains undiminished, and the appreciation of its clients is enough source of inspiration. This is PHilMech, and it will transform the future of Philippine agriculture.